Well, I kind of jinxed myself because it's like 2 hours later. What I did, it's called, how do you say it nicely? A stupid. Gotta fix that. Could have screwed that one up. Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to SalvageBoiz. Today we got a fresh video for you guys. Working on this thing behind me again. It's a 2010 Ford F350 6.4 Power Stroke. So today the plan is I want to take this bed off, or at least unbolt it. So I've been waiting for this thing right here. It's magnetic conductive heater or something. So these bolts are pretty much impossible to get off without destroying them. So like I tried yesterday just to see if I can unbolt it, but it won't do it because of the Loctite and just the age of it. And everybody that has a Ford probably can relate. So I'm gonna take this bed liner stuff off and unscrew them. But that conductive heater thing is to heat up the bolt from underneath. I think I can get to all of them except one underneath the fuel tank. So my plan is today unbolt the bed, clean the shop off a little bit right here. You know, just kind of move all this stuff away. And then pull in the other truck and pull the cab on it so that I can do the little swap-a-roni of the frames, swap the engines, get everything dialed in, lower this cab. So that's the plan. So we'll see how far on the plan we get today. At least hopefully it doesn't turn into like I tried to take the bed off, it took me a whole day. So, you know, one of those backyard mechanic deals. So I think I have all the tools. So let's throw a little time lapse. I'm gonna see if I can get this bed off. So I guess before we continue on the video, like always, as you guys are probably tired of us saying that, subscribe, like the video, follow us on Instagram, hit that like button. So looks like a pretty fancy little box right there. Look at this thing. Dang, dang. Dang, it's huge. I don't know. I'm gonna fit that thing in there. It's a big girl. But I guess you take these coils, you pop in there, and you put over a bolt, and they're supposed to be heating up nice and red hot. So hopefully, there's like to make your own coil. I think it's something like this that I can kind of fish it in there somehow. So we'll see what happens. So hopefully I don't electrocute myself with this thing. It's a beefy unit, dude. Look at this. I don't know. I thought it was a little smaller so I can kind of, you know, stick it in there, sneak it in there. I didn't know it was going to be like keys in here, like hide money in here. Close this up, lock it up. Look at this. Dang, dang. Some cheapy keys, but you get the idea. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to film in there. I guess I can do one, but it's kind of hard to set up a time lapse underneath the truck, so bear with me. I just plugged it in. It's already making noises, so I don't know. Scary looking thing. Thing's loud. So I already have one pulled over here. I'll climb underneath there, try to heat up that bolt and see if it works. Or maybe I just wasted 250 bucks, so we'll see what happens. It smells like something's heating up, but I don't, oh dang, you can see it. Oh man, look at that. It's working. Hopefully that's enough. Let's turn it off. Sneak it out of there. I have to bend it like that. Okay, moment of truth now. See if she'll work. Ow. So what I did, it's called how do you say it nicely? A stupid. I used the impact, a big boy on there, and I stripped this thread out. So now we need to do one of these and weld her on there. So let's get the welder fired up. But this was my bad, so maybe I'll get that deal or the other one. Kind of making a mess over here, but get this one, see if I can actually heat it up in the right spot and just zip it out of there. This one I already screwed up, so that's my bad. Nothing on the tool, but this thing does get the bolt red hot, so that's pretty cool. And it's like quick, so instead of holding a torch on it for 20 minutes, well, not 20 minutes, but I have like a little torch, this thing just go over it, zip zap, and starts smelling nice and burnt and starts glowing red. At first I had my light on the second one, and I'm like, it's not red. Turn my light off, oh yeah, it's glowing red. So it's a pretty cool tool, so let's see what happens. I almost give up on this thing. Where is it at? But every time I heat this thing up, by the time I explain what I'm doing, I come up here, it's either cool or I heat it up in the wrong spot. But I almost gave up on this, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna weld nuts to it and just send it with the impact. But I guess it worked. I mean, first you have to break it loose slowly, but it works really well. I did buy new bolts, so I'm not worried about destroying these. But yeah, I almost gave up, but it worked. I mean, it's pretty cool the way it heats it up. We can use like stubborn bolts stuck, just heat it up. What does it say? If you're liquid, you can't be tight. So you get the idea. I get underneath, I heat up the bolt, and the nut and the Loctite supposedly gets, you know, heated up and loose, and then everything gets loosened up. Then I break it off a little, or break it with the breaker bar, one of these guys. I have a bigger one if I need to, and then kind of zap it out of there. So it's better than grinding every single one out, because you can't unscrew it, you can't heat it up. So something I always wanted to try, and it's working so far. So gotta mess around with the little coils and stuff, build my own maybe, so I can kind of shove it in there, but works wonderful. So I guess you get the process. I'm gonna do it all for the 6 bolts. So it's 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8 bolts together, I think. If I don't know how to count, sorry. But yeah, it's a whole bunch of bolts in here. So let's get her done. So right now, not going as planned. Look at this. I had to weld nuts. Well, so far I got 2. Let me show you what's going on. So I had to do this because, where are you? So I had to do this nice thing. So this is like a lug nut off a truck. So I had to weld this to the bolt, which is pretty fun. And then I heat it up, and then when I tried to unscrew it, it's just stripping the thread out. See, I got this nice T50 from Amazon, like this guy, Torx T50 Plus or something. I mean, it's decent. It doesn't snap like the other ones. That's the only one I got out with it. So I heat them up down below. I tried to unscrew them with like a breaker bar right there, and it keeps just stripping the screws out. So I have to weld on top of this like a lug nut. There's another one somewhere. Oh, right there. See, I'm working on right now. Let's see if I can zoom in. But I'm running into an issue where down below they keep spinning, and I can't get to those because there's a fuel tank there. So I'm thinking of dropping the fuel tank on that side, because I got this guy out and I got that guy out. This guy right there, see that one I'm having, well, I didn't even start in that one. I can't get to the bottom. I can't get a good ground to weld, so I have to go like put the welder here, throw the minus on the bolt on the other side, and then get her through. So I got that one because I can kind of reach, but now it's spinning through and I can't fit my MIG torch in there. So I'm thinking of just dropping the fuel tank. I think there's just like 2 clips. Just drop her down so I can get to the rest of the stuff, make it a little easier. So after this bed goes off, engine comes out, this frame I'm not gonna use, so fuel tank can go with it. All right, let's get to it. I don't know if I'll get to pulling that thing in, and at least maybe I'll clean today, because it is getting pretty late and I'm running out of time. Remember when I said that this might take like a whole day? Well, so far it's taken a good amount of it. So, well, I kind of jinxed myself because it's like 2 hours later and I finally got all the bolts out. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and only one came out like it's supposed to. The least rustiest one. Everything else, sure, they're still not. Oh, this one's still hot now. But see what I had to do? So one, look at this. Had to do that to get them out. So that little machine, I mean, it kind of worked, but I'll plug it in right now and show you exactly how it works. But this thing I bought yesterday, Miller Multimatic 220. Dude, this thing is a beast. Yesterday I did not know how to weld. I still don't know how to weld, but good thing I had that, because it made my life a lot easier. Because I would, like, half of them, so this one came out good, no issues. That one I stripped, so that one I stripped, and that one. So this one was not bad. Once I welded the lug nut on there, it came out, and then that one came out pretty good. This I ended up not dropping the tank, because to this one I can get kind of through there, and then underneath I managed to put a little wrench on there, and that held that. But like all these guys, like this one, and that one in the corner, I put a wrench on. These two I had to weld from the bottom because they just kept spinning and I couldn't reach. On that one, at least I can reach with the impact and a wrench on the other side, so that wasn't too bad. But yeah, you get the idea. It was not fun, just destroyed. I literally thought, I'm like, okay, I have the little machine, I have everything, I'm like, perfect set. I'm like, if anything, I will be done in 30 minutes with the bed. Then we'll pull in the other truck, lift the cab, hour and a half, 2 hours max work, easy money. Film a video. Yeah, that did not work out. But that's it. That's it for today. I'm tired. I gotta go to work tomorrow. This is just after work working. So, but the welder is pretty nice. I've just been making this. Want to learn how to TIG, I guess. Learn how to TIG aluminum, all that good stuff. Why not? It is a little rusty underneath, so I might have to patch a little piece, but why not learn on this? It actually welds pretty good with the gas and everything. I mean, that's just like me going real fast, not even prepping the surface, nothing. But yeah, let me turn this thing off and clean up a little bit. Well, I thought I was done, but then I'm like, you know what? I think this might work. I kind of looked, I'm like, it might work, might not. So as you've seen in the time lapse, I turned this thing around on some little dollies, turned it around, pulled the bed. So the plan now is I can get this thing back in here. It'll be probably easier without the bed, but so get this thing back in here, or somehow, like, I think I'm gonna just, let me see, turn this around. So I'm gonna take this thing, kind of go out to the front, and then drag the back over and just kind of get in there somehow. Because right now I don't need anything off this thing except the engine. Then I'm gonna back in that other truck that's standing out there, back it in, put the bed on, then put it in, pick the cab up, then do the same with the car dollies, go back, over, and in. So hopefully by the time I pull this cab, I already have the engine out. I can just drag this outside. Then I can sell the axles, whatever anybody wants. But yeah, that's the plan. I don't know if it's a good plan or not, but it does help to have two lifts. But as you've seen, it's not very fun. There's some little bit of rust underneath, like a little, when I was unscrewing it, I kind of screwed it up, so I need to patch that up. But other than that, and cab facing that way, bed facing this way. It's a lot of work, but this is probably what, day 3 working on it. So one day I pulled it in, took the front apart. Day 2 pulled the cab, not in a row, but I'm just saying after work. And then this is day 3. So hopefully day 4, let's put the bed on, take the other cab off. I'm still waiting for some parts for the engine, but I can literally take it with the engine hoist. I can take it off, put it on a pallet like that one, and then with the transmission, everything transfer case, and then I can work on it on the pallet. And then as soon as I pull that other frame, because I want to have the frame kind of sitting over here, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to replace this little wire harness in there, but I'm not 100% sure. So it doesn't look very fun. Actually, no, it's not too bad. It actually goes around right here. So yeah, that's not bad. But yeah, probably have to do that. I'm gonna leave all the fuel stuff in. Let's see if I have to. Might have to drop the tank to get this out, but once the cab is off and the bed is off, the tank is not too bad to swap or to drop, because I'm gonna have to take it apart. With these bent frames, I just take it out and then just gone, scrap metal. But yeah, this one's pretty rusty and crusty, as you can see. The other one is a little better shape, so. So you have 4 bolts right there. You take 4 of them off. That's 21. Right here, 2 on the transmission, also 21. And then there's one right there. You can get from the top when the cab is off. That's a 24. And that's it. Well, nice productive day again. So this is next day, but I got the cab, or not the cab, the bed pulled off. It's right here. So let me show you. So I got the bed pulled off right here. I'm gonna fix that because I screwed that one up. A little rust there. Got the engine out. It's right here. Got this truck in here already, and that frame. I'm just gonna. So here's the plan now. Everything's kind of coming together, which is pretty cool. So now the plan is probably tomorrow pull this cab, and then swap over the wire harness, the little swap-a-roni, and then I can take this frame and take it on its merry way. Let me jump up there and show you how bent it is, and then just slide this frame underneath here. Bam, assemble it, fix this part. Get the engine. I can actually work on the engine. I set it up the way so I can do everything right here, and then take that engine, have other plans with it, the manual transmission, all that, take the seats out, part those out, and all that good stuff. But yeah, as you guys can see, it's probably a little long time lapse, but a lot of work done. Cleaned everything up. It's a lot easier to move the frame without the bed and the engine in it. It's just easy. I mean, with my hand, no tractor, nothing. But yeah, exhausted already again. But I drove this thing in. I'm so close to finally putting the engine on this frame. As I'll show you right here, this frame is a lot cleaner than the other one. Not as much rust. It's been sitting outside, but it's a lot cleaner. I gotta just swap out this shock. It's a little bent. But other than that, everything's good. Got a spare tire. Swapped this bumper out because the other one is color matched, sitting somewhere over there. And it's coming along. Kind of like it. Not too bad. So, and plus, once I have this gap sitting here, I can have, like when I'm welding the other one, I can measure this one because this one's pretty straight and everything. I can measure this one, make sure that that one's straight and measures out pretty good. So let me jump up there and show you how the frame looks. So check this out. I don't know if you guys can see, but you can see, and little benderoni. Yeah, she ain't straight. It buckled in there somewhere. Yeah, I don't know how bad it's over here, but look how nasty this frame is. Rusted, just. I thought this frame was in better condition than that frame, but that frame is actually, and they have the same amount of mileage, so really glad I pulled this out. Don't have to worry about this frame aligning, axle tracking correctly, all that stuff. I'm just gonna get rid of all this. I mean, the axle is pretty good. It's just this guy right here is bent. So I'm gonna keep the axles, drive lines, you know, ABS module, just little stuff. But the frame itself, anybody want it, can pick it up. Well, that's gonna do it, boys and girls. Like the video if you guys like this content. Follow us on Instagram at SalvageBoiz. Subscribe to this channel. Hit that bell notification, all the good stuff. So a lot of work, a lot of progress, one day closer to getting this truck completed. It's a lot of work, but also I'm not paying somebody to do it. So you can look at it, you know, either I pay somebody to do it and it gets done faster and I don't do much work, or I actually do the work after work, late nights and stuff, but then I'm saving so much money on labor. So on that note, see you guys on the next one. Peace.